I started closing on a brand new offer today. We got that deal done yesterday, onboarded yesterday, and today we had the first 3 calls booked in. I want to tell you exactly how it went so I can give you a realistic representation of what it might be like to start remote closing or remote setting for a new offer. So let me give you a bit of context around this. Like I said, got onboarded onto this role yesterday. We had the first 3 calls booked today. What you need to know about this offer is it has been successfully run in other geographies, but only just started running it in the UK, which I am closing for. So it's not proven necessarily in this market, right? They are running ads to bring those leads to me, setting up the call. I get on the call, I run the sales process, and then hopefully collect the money at the end of that call and then pass it on to the delivery team. In remote closing roles, the best possible position is one where you are literally just selling someone else's products and services online. All you have to do, everything being well, is show up to a call with a qualified lead. You might know a bit about them already. There might have been some discovery run on them already, but basically they just need to talk to a human being before to see if there's a fit, see if you can solve their problems, and then ultimately make the sale, pass the money across, money changes hands, and then the services get fulfilled by whoever's responsibility it is to do that. That is not usually going to be your responsibility. I'm not going to tell you exactly what this offer is running because I want to keep that private. I want to respect the privacy of the business running this offer and of the clients. But that context is important, okay? It's usually going to be easier for you to sell a role to sell on an offer that has already been proven in the exact niche and market that you're selling in, right? You want to look for that when you're filtering these out. But I do this for multiple roles, do this for multiple businesses. I already have money coming in from this and from other things too, so I don't need to worry too much about that. And I just really like this offer for a number of different reasons that I can't really disclose without giving away too much at this stage. But it's enough to say that it's a very high commission offer, and I think it is just a really good product that can help a lot of businesses. So very happy to be doing this. Today we had the first 3 calls booked in. Now, not the easiest first day. This is going to happen. There are always going to be teething problems at the beginning when you're starting on a new offer. In this case, I think potentially a bit of targeting issues, but I'm not worried about it, okay? That is the key thing. And the reason why this didn't go exactly to plan is we had 1 call at the start of the day, which was just unfortunately very unqualified, right? Somehow slipped through the targeting. I think probably lied on the filtering sheet, right? In part of the funnel, they have a questionnaire that they have to fill out. And I think he probably told a couple of white lies in that question, or just didn't read the questions properly. A few white lies in that form, or just didn't read the questions properly. The other 2, we had no shows. I'm going to tell you exactly how that went just now. But what I want to draw your attention to, first of all, is if we're talking about this first lead in question, something that it's so important to be doing is if you get on a call and your lead isn't there within the first couple of minutes, pick up the phone and ring them up. Very important to get onto leads as soon as possible and get that process moving, because the thing is, the longer you leave someone to wait, the more time they have for other excuses to come up, right? If you've got time carved away to get on a call with someone, you've carved out 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, and they're not there straight away, know your worth, right? Call that person up and get them in. So I'm going to show you exactly the conversation I had with this first lead, because I think it demonstrates some pretty good practice, right? Let's just bring that up for you right now. Right, so here we go. This is the conversation that we had. Okay, so you can see the conversation here. First of all, phoned the guy, didn't get a response, so then I texted him. We have a number as part of the funnel that these leads come through. Hey, name obviously blanked out. It's Tom from company that I'm selling for. We had a call scheduled today at 11:30. Do you need to reschedule? Hi bro, bear with me, I had a call with work right now. That's when I start realizing that he's probably not perfectly qualified for this. Finish in like 2 minutes, bear with me, I'll be there. All right, no rush. NWS, I think that means no worries. Nice one. Free now, bro. Hop on. NWS. No worries, I guess. We got him on the call. We started running discovery and quickly found out that it's just not a fit, right? The guy doesn't have, he's completely unqualified for what it is, the service that we are selling in this case. And that's fine. As I've said before, right? The goal of this isn't to just manipulate random people into giving you money, right? The goal here is to fill a need, and not everybody is going to be qualified for that need. Usually on these roles, you've got, or the roles that you want to be on, you've got very tight targeting on the ads that they're running, and you've got a bit of qualification happening before you even get on the call with the guy. So best case scenario, you're only getting on calls with people who should be able to and should have a need for what it is that you actually do. It's just your job to articulate that and how it applies to their specific issues. Now, second call didn't show up, unfortunately. We did get that rescheduled very, very rapidly, so that is good. Just a simple clash, nothing to worry about. But once again, it doesn't show up within the first 5 minutes of no showing. Get onto that lead and get the call rebooked if you can, or get them onto the call ASAP. It's very important. Third lead didn't show up. I gave him a call, and we actually had a brief discussion. The guy is super busy. I don't think he's particularly well qualified for this either, but I do think that there's something that we could do for him. So we agreed to have that rescheduled later in the day, and he just now didn't show up to that later rescheduled call. Unfortunately, phoned him, didn't get an answer, texted him, didn't get a response, could see it's red, and I texted him again. You've got to be so sharp with following up with these prospects, lead at this stage really, and that is because if you don't do that, they just fall through the cracks, right? Anytime you're not doing this, you're literally just leaving money on the table. And I've spoken about this before. I do a lot of closing in direct messages as well for another offer, one of my main ones, and something that always reminds me of is the deal is never over until someone literally tells you hardline, this is not for me, please never contact me again. There's so much going on, particularly when you're dealing with B2B, when you're dealing with ambitious people in B2C even, right? That's business to business or business to customer. People have so much going on in their lives in general. So you can't just assume that you're going to be their top priority. You've got to be following up. It's good to follow up with value, but of course in this case, I'm just showing you logistical things really, right? We're trying to get a call rescheduled that was supposed to happen. But know your worth and know the value of your time in that situation, right? You've carved out an hour of your precious time to speak to someone. If they're not showing up, don't let them just get away with it and run off into the sunset. So that is day one of running this new offer. 3 calls booked in. Tomorrow, we have got 5 calls booked in. I've had a look at some of them already, and they are looking much more qualified than the crop that we had today. One of them is the rescheduled call from today. So 4 fresh calls tomorrow. We're ramping this up. Not a huge volume of calls on this one just yet. Like I said, the company has just moved to a new geography, just started targeting this geography in the ads. So we're ramping that up slowly, kind of getting a feel for it. But excited for tomorrow. You've got to maintain enthusiasm, right? There's only so much you can do. You can control the controllables. You can try and get no-shows on calls, but ultimately don't let it get you down too much. If the first few calls that you get on don't go exactly to plan. It's all about volume, and then we can make the most of the volume when we've got it, if that makes sense. But there we go. That was day one. I hope you found that interesting. I hope you found that useful. I'm just trying to give you a realistic view of what it might be like to start on a brand new offer. Thank you so much for watching. Plenty more to come.